Hello YouTube, this is Dawn from DaretoBeCreative, and I am here today with a little project share. So first I want to welcome you to my channel. Thanks for stopping by, thanks for checking me out, and welcome back if you've been here before. I hope you will like and subscribe and see something that you could be inspired by and join the community. So my sister-in-law mother passed away, and I think I shared this a few months back ago, and she was, it was elderly, and she passed away. And my sister-in-law asked me to make an album for her mom. So I don't have the pictures. I asked her to send me the pictures. She was debating on that, trying to get herself together, and I know how hard that is to go through pictures of your loved ones, especially your mom. Yeah, I've never lost my mom, but I mean, my mom's still alive, but I can imagine how difficult that is. So I decided to go ahead and make an album in the absence of the pictures, because she said she still wanted it. She just wasn't fully ready to go through all of those pictures, and I said, I totally get it. So I decided to make her one, and she's not a scrapbooker or a paper crafter or into crafts at all, so I made it kind of simple, but still pretty. And again, I don't know the sizes of the photos. She was in her 80s, so I imagine and that some of the photos may be Polaroids, some of them may be probably a lot of 3x5s is what I'm guessing. But anyway, so I have a variety of different size photos, and she can mat them or whatever else if it doesn't fit the exact matting that I already have on the layout. But anyway, so I'm going to show you what I made. I'll come back in a series of videos and show you the different layouts that I've created. So I did have two of these open book. Of course, I got these from Tuesday morning. I stuck them both in here because I've already pulled out pieces as I'm working on her album. And the traditional album is 16 layouts. They could be single layouts or double spread. I decided to do double spread because I just thought it would be easier, and I didn't do any themes per se. I just, going to use the paper. And so the paper that I chose to use was Open Book by Maggie Holmes. And here, I just have a couple sheets left, and this is some of the coordinated cardstock that I had in here to go along with it. But I used, I think, all but 6 sheets of paper to make it. So anyway, you'll see as I broke it up in different sections, but anyway, you'll see what I made and how I made it. So that's the main ones. I didn't have any embellishments to go with this per se, but then I did find a pack of flowers later on. But I'm going to show you what I used for each layout. So I'm going to come back with a couple of layouts and show you what I did. And so I also used, these were the flowers that I used. You see these used throughout the album. And these came from, I think it was Open Book. And then I used these two. I'll take it out of the packaging, but these also, some Maggie Holmes stickers that I used. And you'll see these periodically in the album. And some different punches. And for each page, I will show you what I used. Okay, so I'm back. And so in these two layouts, I chose to use some project recipes, which are basically sketch layouts that Creative Memory provides for advisors, and they show you how to cut it, all the pieces of paper you need, the sizes, everything. So you don't have to think. And so you can adapt it, of course, any which way you like. And that's what I chose to do. And this is on a Winter Woods paper. But I decided I'm going to change it up and do it differently. And they even had a journal section here and a picture. And I'm going to leave that up to her, how she wants to do it. But what I used on this one is I used the chain lamp light by Creative Memories to make this right here, and I just cut it into different pieces, and that's the negative that fell out. That is from the chipboard I showed you earlier. That is one of the stickers. And so for this 2-page layout, I will show you how it goes. So she has a couple picture sizes here, and I've written them up here: 5 3/4 by 4, 5 3/4 by 3.5. And this is 4 and 5 1/4 and 4 by 6. So on these you can that's the tape right here. You can either put a journaling spot. She can write on it. She can actually put pictures there. So I'm just going to give you an idea of what it would look like. And again, like I said, it could be journaling spots or whatever she chooses. This is 5 3/4 by 1.5, so that would be the picture right up in there. So she still have a little bit of a mat around it. And then we have, let's see, gotta make another mat for that one. 5 3/4 by 4. So you can see she'll still have a mat around each one of those photos as she lays them down. And then right here we have 4 by 5 1/4. I think I did. Did I make a mat for that one? Let's see, 5 1/2. Here we go. We will have a little mat. So this is where her pictures will go on this layout, and I'm going to tell her to watch these videos so she can see. And again, you know, if she doesn't have enough photos, she can take the opportunity to write, to just, you know, use the mat the other side, erase that off, and write, you know, something about the event, something that's memorable, about her mom, her dad, her family, whatever she wants to do there. She can use these pages for her, my brother, my niece, whatever she likes to do with them if she doesn't have enough photos. So, but of course I created them for the intention to use her mom, but I don't know how many photos she has. But I just made a whole album so that she would have that. But that shows you how the photos would look, or the journaling boxes. So they will be totally matted, so the paper will shine through. And again, I layered 2 different border punches, 2 different strips of paper, and then I just cut them in half and put them there. So that's how the first one would look. And then what I did after that, I did another project recipe. And this is what 4th of July, Festive 4th layout is what it's called. And again, I adopted it. That was the layout that I used. My ink is running out. But I adopted it for what I wanted. And for this one, I used one of our newer ones, which is called, I didn't put a sticker on it yet, it's called Starry Night. It has like stars on it. And so, as you can see here, this one is, it looks like it's nothing here, but it's actually for 2 photos. And I have 2 layers here of the borders, and then the flowers are clustered, and some are popped up on dots. And that one too as well. And then again, I used the border punch here. So I will show you how that will look with the mats on it. So again, these are expected to have photos on them. And again, she doesn't have to, because she can leave one of these for a mat if she chose to do that. She doesn't have to put a picture on every single one, because sometimes people like to do that, and you know, it is designed for that. So I want to give her as much space to put photos as she likes to do that. Sometimes it's easier when you have, close 5 1/2, 5 1/2. When you have the photos to do that, to match the paper up. And so by not having that, I don't have that. But this is basically how it would go. And then over here would be 2 4 by 6s, 2 regular size photos. I probably should have cut these out of different colored paper. If I can find them faster. But you would just put them. This one you really won't have any space around it. It's just going to be butted up next to each other. Do I have another 4 by 6? Well, anyway, you get the idea. That's the wrong size, but you get the idea of how it will look. So ideally these would be butted side by side. Look at this, like this. So 2 4 by 6s right here, and a photo right there. And then over here we have a little small one, 3 3/4. So, you know, it's kind of hard. We don't know the paper palette. And so it's easier when people pick out, I guess, the papers that they want for you. Yeah, you put that right there. And you have a nice little mat around that. And that's basically it. So you can see how the photos or how journaling spots will be laid out up here. And, of course, she can add any additional journaling spots that she likes. But that's how it will look. Lighting, you know, always yucky. But anyway, that's how that's laid out. And again, I used my project recipes to adapt them to make them fast and quicker. And they always look different with different paper and different embellishments. You can make the same layout look totally different. So anyway, thanks for liking and watching and subscribing. And hopefully you take the time to play with some of your paper pads and make some layouts as well. Take care. God bless. And I dare you to be creative.